And welcome back, Warcraft Orcs and Humans, Orc Campaign. So, I wanted to finish this up before I get on with anything big, if you will, with what I'm planning. Not to say I'm not recording footage for other things, but I'd rather wait until I'm actually done with that game before I start cutting it up, given the minor issues I have with it. Anyway, here we are with the true ending spoilers of the Orc Campaign. For Warcraft 1, Orcs win in the grand scheme of things. Again, spoilers, blah, not surprising. But, yeah. This is where we get to have a little fun and a little more challenge mode, I would say. I would probably argue that humans are easy mode for this game, for the most part, if only because you actually have access to healing, and the water elementals are amazingly broken if you group them right. But the orcs, on the other hand, don't have the healing and have their own flaws, which we'll get to. But they still have one of my favorite units in the game, so we'll ignore that for now. And with further ado, we'll begin Part 1, The Swamp of Sorrows.
Blackhand has assigned you to an outpost in the Swamps of Sorrow. Your task is simple enough that even the war chief feels that you are capable of it. Construct at least 6 farms so that we may keep our troops well fed and ready to do battle. Only a fool would leave his treasures unguarded, so you must also build a barracks for the defense of these farms.
First things first, must poke units and gather grunts.
What? What? Stop poking me!
Always fun in Warcraft games just to continuously poke. Probably my favorites are the critters, but eh. So, yeah, first things first. Find a gold mine somewhere around here. Found one. I like building a peon off the bat rather than building a building, but that's just me. And getting a little leeway exploring with the grunts. Now, again, this map you only have grunts and peons that you can build. And the only buildings that you can build are the roads from Town Hall, the farms, and the barracks. So, like the first human mission, there are a set number of enemies on the map, and they do mix footmen and archers, so you're gonna have fun melee versus range. At the same time, the orc grunt equivalents to the footmen. Rather, I should state it this way, that grunts are equivalent to footmen. The unit you get next map is nearly equivalent to archers, except they have one less range. That's the unfortunate thing. Most of the orc units are basically equivalent to their counterparts. A few of them are different. Some of them, there's at least one that's actually stronger. The conjured units are a bit weird that way. Although spiders aren't, but more on spiders later. So yeah, already down one grunt. But kind of worth it to get rid of a nearby group of I was about to I had to stop myself from saying alliance, but human scum, if you will. And so we orcs must go and maintain our lands that we kind of invaded, but it's fine. For now.
Your command, Master.
Also, it is worth noting that at some point you will need to have someone chop wood, like I already do. Because if you don't, you're not going to be able to finish this mission. I believe it's 200 wood per... 200 lumber, rather, per home, not counting the gold requirement. And I believe it's 500? I may be wrong in that one, for barracks. Yep, 500. And yeah, whoops, I forgot the glorious use of just using A to sort of auto-attack, roam through places, will lead you to accidentally taking out, well, attacking mines. You don't really need to worry about destroying them unless you're accidentally doing it with catapults, but for the most part it's fine. Now, I kind of vaguely remembered this map when I was going through it, keyword vaguely, so I know that there's a mine somewhere around here, and I know that pretty much all the mines are guarded by someone. There's at least a couple of units down in the lower half, like surprisingly close to your base, but they won't really do anything for a while, and usually they'll just sit where they are. So at this point I have my barracks, I just need to train grunts, and at some point I do need to actually build farms. So this mission is, again, pretty easy. It's introduction to the game, simple. Now I'm wandering the map, A, to take out enemies, and B, because I'm OCD and kind of feel like clearing up as much of the fog, if you will, or the darkness of the map as possible. And I'm always kind of curious what I'll run into. It's a habit of mine from, God, the Age of Empires days. I think I would probably state I played Age of Empires before I played this game, although I'm pretty sure I had them in my family game library for pretty much the same start time. But I don't remember too much about playing Warcraft specifically. I remember playing Orcs and Humans occasionally. Really played Warcraft 2 a lot, though. So I know I'm getting close, and I can see the enemies coming to attack me. Yeah. Pressure grunt getting killed because there's only 1 versus 2 footmen. And like I said, they're equivalent units, so... And just gonna chase my peons around for a while until I get another one back up. I'll admit, I had a brief scare here, thinking that, oh no, I'm going to lose, because I was an idiot at the end. This is not a very long mission, and this is kind of towards the end, so it would be sad. But, push comes to shove. This is what happens, sometimes you just luck out. I still have no idea how that did not get destroyed, because it's actually really close. And yeah, there's mission 1 for Orcs, Swamps of Sorrow. It's supposed to Swamp of Sorrows, but yeah. That shows you how long ago I attempted to do the Orc campaign. Well, that was my personal Orc campaign, not the one I did for this. But, push comes to shove, I'll eventually put it out. So yeah, rank slasher. You'll notice that the ranks are different than the human ones. But, that's it for this time. See you next time, Warcraft Orcs Mission 2.